So today we are going to learn the 6th chapter in science for standard 8th, composition of matter. Hey, this video was made just for you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So let us begin with this chapter called composition of matter. So what does this mean? We know that all the things around us are made up of matter. In this chapter we will learn what exactly the matter is made up of. Can you recall what are the various states of matter? If you remember, there are 3 states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. What is the difference in ice, water and steam? So these are the 3 states of water. Water in its liquid form is water, but when it becomes into the solid form it is ice, and the gas form of water is steam. What are the smallest particles of matter called? These are called as atoms and molecules, and they are what comprises the matter. What are the types of matter? We will learn about this in detail in this chapter, and this includes elements, compounds, etc. We saw in the previous standard that all the objects that we see around us and also those which cannot be seen are made of some or the other matter. So no matter anything that is present in our surrounding, whether we can see it or we cannot see it, all of it is made up of some matter. It could be anything. And therefore, no matter the book that you are holding or the pencil on your table or the table itself, everything is made up of a different type of matter. Can you tell? Classify the following matter into 3 groups: cold drink, air, sharbat, soil, water, wood, cement. So we have to classify these whether it is a solid, a liquid or a gas. So a cold drink is clearly a liquid because we can drink it. Air that we cannot see is made up of gases. A sharbat is also similar to a cold drink and therefore it will also be a liquid. Soil is very small particles of solid. Water is a liquid. Wood and cement both are solid. What are the states of matter that you used as criteria for the above classification? So when we were classifying these into solid, liquid and gases, we seen the consistency and how hard the substance is and whether we can see it or not. So therefore we use several criteria to classify these. Try this. Take some mustard seeds. Mustard seeds are very tiny black seeds that you will find in your kitchen. In a transparent plastic jar. Thread a long thread at the center of a big balloon by means of a needle and tie it tight. So if you see in these diagrams, this is what is done. They have taken a clear, that is transparent plastic jar and they have filled it with some mustard seeds. Then this is a balloon that they have taken and with a needle tied to a thread, they have pierced it through the middle of the balloon. Stretch this rubber diaphragm and fix it on the mouth of the jar by means of a rubber band. So now this balloon itself, you use it as a rubber diaphragm. Diaphragm is like a covering. So you place it on top of this jar and you stretch it, and after that you tie it around with a rubber band. Pull the diaphragm up and down with the help of the thread, first slowly, then with moderate force and then vigorously. So what you do is, this thread would be hanging outside as you can see here. So you pull on it, first very slowly pull on it, and then you pull it faster, and then you pull it more vigorously, that is with more force. Record your observation in the following table. So you have to see what happens to the mustard seeds when you are pulling on the string. First, when you pull it slowly, you will observe that the vibration occurs in the same place. That is, the mustard seeds will move up and down in the same position. Then with moderate force, you will see that they move with more speed and more velocity and more distance up and down. And when you pull the string very vigorously, you will observe that all the mustard seeds move in lot of random directions. On the above experiment, we give energy less or more to the mustard seeds by pulling the diaphragm up and down, making them move differently. So when you are moving this string, you are transferring this energy that you are putting in the string to the diaphragm, and that diaphragm transfers the energy to the mustard seeds in it. Therefore, that causes it to move. And the more amount of energy and force you put, the more the mustard seeds will vibrate and move. The particles in the solid, liquid, and gaseous state of matter have movement somewhat similar to this. So, when you see of different particles, whether they are in solid, liquid, and gases, the particles present in these states also can move, and this movement depends on the state that they are in. An intermolecular force of attraction acts between the particles, that is, the atoms or the molecules of matter. So if you see very carefully, within the solid, all the particles are stuck very close to each other. And there is a force of attraction between each and every particle within this particular substance. The extent of the particle movement is determined by the strength of this force. So for example, let us take this substance as solid. So within solid, all the particles are very tightly packed. Therefore, appears as solid. And because they are tightly packed, there is very less room for it to move. And therefore, the movement in the particles cannot move easily. Therefore, the movement is less. The particles of solids are very close to each other and vibrate at their fixed position only. Due to this, solids get properties like definite shape and volume, and are also of high density and non-compressibility. So what does this sentence mean? It means that because the solid particles are very close together, it gives it a particular shape that is not seen in liquid and gases. Because in liquid and gases, the shape can be changed and it can move. Therefore, solid is the only one that maintains its shape because of the particles being very close together. And therefore the shape and volume is definite. Also, it has high density. Density is basically the amount of particles that are present within a particular area. And therefore, solids are very high density because there are many particles in one certain area. And it is non-compressibility. Now, when you press on the solid, it will not change its shape. Therefore, it tells us that it is non-compressible. The strength of the intermolecular force is moderate in the liquid state. So now when it changes from solid to the liquid state, the strength of the intermolecular force decreases, and therefore now you can see certain spaces are present between all the particles and they are not stuck together tightly as it was in the solid. Though it is not strong enough to fix the particles in definite position, it is strong enough to hold them together. So therefore, these particles are not that far away that they will move away from each other. They are still together, but not as much as they were present in solids. As a result, liquids have definite volume. So liquids may not have definite shape, but they definitely have a definite volume. What does that mean? It means that when you put it in a jar, it will take the shape of the jar, and therefore we can find out the volume of the liquid. However, they have fluidity, and their shape is not definite but changes in accordance with the container. So if you transfer this liquid into a different shaped container, the shape of the liquid will change again. Therefore, it does not have a definite shape, but it has a definite volume. The intermolecular force is weak in gases. So now if you notice gas, there is a lot of space in between each and every particle, and each particle is spread out across the area. Therefore, they have very less intermolecular force. Intermolecular force is the force present between two particles. And this force is very less. Therefore, the particles can move away from each other. Therefore, the constituent particles of gases move freely and occupy all the available space. So, they are able to move freely wherever they desire, and they take up the whole space that is the container that they are present in. Consequently, gases have neither definite shape nor definite volume, And because of their property that they can move anywhere, therefore it is very difficult for them to occupy a definite volume. So even though liquid contained a definite volume, gases do not have a definite shape nor definite volume. Now let us see this table that shows the characteristics of the state of matter. So there are three states of matter: solid, liquid and gaseous. We have to classify them based on fluidity, rigidity, plasticity and elasticity. So what does these terms mean? Fluidity is the ability of the substance to mold itself into the container in which it is placed. And rigidity is the ability of a substance to maintain its shape. So a substance that is rigid cannot be fluid because these two terms are contrasting opposite of each other. Because fluidity, the substance will have to acquire the shape of the container, but in rigidity, the substance is able to maintain its shape. Now, plasticity is the ability of the substance to be molded into a different shape. So, therefore, it must have a shape, and then by putting a force on it, it can be changed into another shape. Elasticity is the ability of the substance that once you change the shape, it can come back to its original shape. So if you noticed elastic or rubber bands, when you pull on it and leave it, it comes back to its original shape. Therefore, they are called as elastic bands because they have the property of elasticity. So now let us classify them. Solids are rigid, plastic and elastic. Solid substances, as we seen earlier, can maintain their shape. Therefore, they are rigid. Certain solids can also change their shape by putting force. Therefore, they are plastic. And other types of solids can also show the property of elasticity where it comes back to its original shape. Liquids and gases both are fluids because they do not have a shape of their own and they take the shape of the surrounding in which they are placed, that is, the container in which they are placed. Now let us see the volume of the substances. The volume of solids and liquids is definite because they can easily occupy a certain amount of area and therefore they have a definite volume. Whereas gases, because they have too much of space between each and every particle, we cannot find the exact volume of gases and therefore their volume is indefinite. The shape of solid is definite, whereas the shapes of liquid and gases are indefinite. Because solids are rigid, therefore they can maintain their own shape, whereas liquids and gases are fluids, therefore they occupy the shape of the container in which they are placed. Therefore, they do not have an original shape and their shapes are indefinite. Compressibility. Solids have negligible compressibility. It means that you cannot compress solid because the particles within the solid are already very tightly packed. Therefore, you cannot make it more tightly packed. And therefore, they do not have the property of compressibility. Whereas liquids and gases have compressibility. Liquids have a very small amount of compressibility because the amount of space that is present between each and every particle is little. Therefore, only a certain amount of compressibility is present. Whereas gases have very high compressibility because they have a lot of space between each and every particle. Therefore, they can be easily compressed and therefore have very high compressibility. Intermolecular force is what we studied earlier, where there is a force of attraction between each and every particle, and that is determined by the space present between each and every particle within the substance. Solids have almost no space between them, therefore their intermolecular space is very strong. But liquids have a little amount of space present between, therefore their intermolecular force is moderate. And gases have very weak force because there is a lot of space present between each and every molecule within the gas. And this is the distance between the particles. Solids have less amount of space. Liquids have a moderate, that is a minimum amount, like a little amount of space. And gases have very large space. For the answers to this exercise and other free worksheets, please go to jkacademypro.com. This was the end of part 1. For the part 2 video, please click on the link in the description box below.